Mrs. Anderson, did you eat the strawberries that were in the fridge again? I was saving those for myself.
Oh my, I'm sorry. I made some strawberry jam with them.
I can't believe you. Those were expensive. You can only get them at selected shops. They were imported straight from Japan.
But they seemed like they were about to start molding. I've been thinking about this for a while. But you need to make sure to only buy food in quantities that you feel confident in finishing. I understand that you like to take your time eating those nice things, but you always end up letting them spoil. It's just a waste.
I'm sorry. Did I ask for your opinion? I don't need to hear anything from a person who's too poor to afford nice things. You wouldn't understand how it feels to cherish these things.
Did you just call me poor?
This is too frustrating. I can't take this anymore. I only decided to move in with you because Larry told me that there would be a bunch of benefits for me.
But all you provide for the two of us is stress.
What?
You use the nice things that I buy without any permission. You only pay a small fraction of the rent. And worst of all, you don't even spoil your daughter-in-law, regardless of how much she's done for you.
I'm sorry,
but what have you done for me?
I let you live with me.
Didn't Larry let you know that he wanted to live with me before the two of you decided to get married?
That doesn't matter. I can't take this anymore. I've decided that I'm going to stop acting like the nice little housewife that I always try to be. I'm going to stop myself being such a sweet soul to you, and I'm taking better care of myself.
Have you ever really been kind to me? You call yourself a housewife and try to look nice in front of Larry. But we both know that the truth is that I always do the housework, while you lie down on the couch, scrolling on your phone.
Shut your mouth, you peasant! Don't you dare speak to me like that! You need to keep in mind that the only reason that you have a place to live is because my husband and I are kind enough to provide for you.
Larry, I need to tell me what you told Molly to convince her to live with me.
Huh? What do you mean, Mom?
She just threw all of her anger at me, that this isn't what she signed up for, and that you told her that there would be benefits on her side by living with me. She even went as far to call me a peasant, and that I should be ashamed of not being able to spoil her. Molly told me that you were the one who came up with the idea to live with me and that you convinced her to do so. So I need to know what you told her.
Just come clean with it. I need to know this to straighten out this whole situation. Besides, I've been having a feeling that you're lying to me for a while now.
What?
I mean, you had a bunch of money inherited to you when Dad died, didn't you? You worked at a decent company, so I imagine the insurance was great. Therefore, I figured that you had enough to be well off for the rest of your life. Maybe even better than well off. So I told Molly that you would support us a pretty good amount per month if we let you stay over at our place. So we had a discussion and decided that it would be best to rent the money that we need for now and have you support us to pay it back.
And you tried to ask me to live with you guys without raising any suspicions by keeping something so huge from me? Wow. I remember how happy I was when Molly told me that she wanted to keep me close for when I grew old. It was all about just money. Huh.
You don't have to say it like that, Mom. Don't you enjoy our company?
After finding out about your motives, no, I don't. You turned Molly into a cold-hearted liar. Now all she does is complain about my presence and call me poor. I should never have even bothered living with the two of you. So explain everything to Molly right now. That there was never a conversation about me providing for the two of you and that you lied about it. And while you're at it, apologize and tell her that you'll single-handedly provide for her from now on.
What? How did our conversation end up in that direction? You're supposed to be understanding and help us more with future payments.
Why would I do that?
Because Molly isn't the same girl as the girl I met either. Ever since my salary started going down, she's been constantly irritated about my presence too. Thanks to that, she and I haven't been doing so well as a couple.
I can't say that I didn't notice how her behavior towards you had changed as well.
Even in this situation, I believe that you would help me. Because you're my mother, and that's what mothers should do for their sons. But you didn't even bother offering help, and now you're trying to abandon me in this situation and leave everything in my hands. Don't you see how harsh you're being? You're my mother, so do something.
Are you kidding me? How old are you? Someone your age needs to pick up their crap and finally become independent.
I'm the one who should be asking you if you're kidding me right now. What kind of mother behaves like that to her son? If you're going to be so cold, then fine. I see how it is. I could kick you out of the house as soon as I want.
You are going to kick me out? Even though you're the one who suggested that I live with you in the first place.
If that happens, you're going to be in big trouble, aren't you? You sold our house and all of the land that you owned before moving in with us. You have nowhere to go back to, right? You don't want to become homeless at that age, do you? All you have to do to avoid that outcome is to stay in that house and keep paying your rent to us.
I can't believe this. You're threatening me. I've raised my son into a monster.
Come on, I'm just negotiating, Mom. Besides, you still have the money that you earned by selling our old house, didn't you? I'm sure it wouldn't hurt to pay a little bit of rent every month. I look forward to our business together. Well, we couldn't have had such a nice house without you, so thank you for your support.
When are you going to pay your rent for this month? Larry told me that you would be paying $3,000 for rent this month. Why have you not still paid us? What? 3,000? What kind of joke is that? Are you telling me that Larry lied to me again? Why does he always lie to get out of trouble when he knows that he's going to get caught? Never mind then. I'll just tell you myself. Larry and I will be asking for $3,000 each month as rent from now on. Are we clear? You can manage to do that, right? No, I can't. I already pay an amount that will pay well over my expenses in a month, and now you're asking for $3,000 a month? I'm only paying the same amount that I used to. $1,000 for each month is enough. I guess this means our negotiation has failed. I'll pack up your things and leave them outside. So gather those things and please leave. What? This is your last chance to change your mind. If you promise to pay $3,000 every month, then we'll let this incident slide. I won't throw your things outside. So, what's it going to be? Are you going to pay $3,000 each month as rent? Or are you going to be homeless and spend your nights on a bench in a park? Feel free to make the choices that fits your preference. I can't believe you. You can't just kick someone out like that. As you've already figured out by now, I'm barely getting by at this point, thanks to your dumb little son who couldn't manage to keep his job. You don't have the option to keep another mouth to feed for free. You don't keep me around for free. I pay my part of the expenses. And you say that you don't have the option, but I don't see you getting a job either. Stop arguing with me. My job is to take care of the house. I'm not going to go out and work like a peasant, so you need to pay rent and account for that. How does that make any sense? But you choose to ignore our needs and neglect your part in supporting us. Have you used up all of the money that you earned through selling your house already or something? It's my money, and I get to use it however I want. How selfish can you be? You use all of your money for yourself while your son and daughter-in-law are struggling to get by. I can't imagine how easy it must be to rely on someone else to live while not making any contributions whatsoever. But that ends now. If you can't pay your rent, then get out of my house this instant. So that's all I was to you, huh? You never cared about me. You just wanted to use me as an ATM. Well then, I'm glad to leave. Shut up, you poor old hag. I mean, what else did you expect to be to us? The only good that you do is pay us, so I think it's fair that we only see you as an ATM. You're not worth the space in our house. You need to leave and never show up ever again. There's literally no point in letting you live with us, you parasite. I guess I'll move into the luxury nursery home with a built-in country club in the town next door. Seriously? I guess he got his habit of lying from you. I'm being serious. And where on earth do you think you're going to get the money for that? I have every single cent that I need to afford it. I currently have $2 million worth of assets. So you can probably do the math that I have enough to spend a lifetime in a nice place like that. 2 million? How? I think I'll get going now. I promised my friend that we would go have some tea together, so I'll go do that. As a matter of fact, I'll stay at a friend's house for the night, so please leave my things at your front door. I'll be moving into my dream environment after that, so you won't have to see me ever again. I can't tell if you're joking. You're kidding about the $2 million, right? Even if your husband passed away and left an inheritance, $2 million is unrealistic. Oh, it's not my husband's. I made it myself when I was younger. What? Yes, I bought some real estate with the money that my husband left behind, so I have $5 million if you include that. I hit the jackpot with the apartment I bought and started renting out. You have $5 million? How? Because I plan ahead and save up money before I make financial decisions, unlike your dumb little husband. The whole situation doesn't make any sense. Even your son hasn't told me anything about money like that. I'm sure he'd be aware if you had the assets like that. I've actually never mentioned it to him before. I sold the company that I was running at the time as soon as he was born. So, you sold your company? You're trying to tell me that you were a business owner? Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. I was a big risk taker when I was younger. I started lots of businesses, and most of them failed, but one of them really took off, and it expanded to a pretty good scale. I can't believe this. I married my husband right after that, though. So, I ended up selling the company for a pretty good time. I found it more important to marry and devote myself to the love of my life. Therefore, I sacrificed the potential of becoming a billionaire to pursue it. How could you sell your company for a reason like that? Are you stupid? Do you think so? Because through my eyes, it seems like you and I are doing the exact same things. Quitting our jobs to become housewives. I just wanted to support my husband with everything I had, so I did exactly that. He was very kind, but he had trouble balancing his tasks, so I had to step in all of the time, and I enjoyed it a lot. The money that I got was just a bonus. And that's how you got $2 million? Exactly. So that's probably why Larry never mentioned it to you. He simply only knew me as a housewife. The subject just never came up, because we were all happy with the situation that I created. My brain can't keep up with all of this. Then, you can look it up the internet tonight. The company is still pretty large in scale. I'm sure you can find my Wikipedia or something as its founder.
Mom, what do you mean you used to own a business? Why did you never tell me about this? And your savings? That should have been the first thing to bring up when you started living with us.
Let me ask you this. Why would I have to tell you what my savings are? In fact, why should I even financially support you?
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. This is my money, so I get to use it however I want to. Is there some type of law that obligates me to help you out because I'm your mother?
But I'm your son. Isn't helping me out when I'm struggling the normal thing to do?
You don't get it, do you? I'm not going to help you, especially because you're my son. I care for you, so I need you to learn how to keep going on your own.
Come on, Mon, don't be like that. Look, I'm sorry about all of the things that Molly said to you. I really am. And I'll make sure that she understands her faults too. So, can you please come back and live with us? Molly is saying she'll do all the housework from now on, but I'm sure things are going to work out this time. All you need to do is support us the way you always did, and all are going to be well.
Sorry, but I just finished signing up for the nursing home that I was talking about earlier. So, no, I won't be moving back with the two of you anymore.
What? Have you already finished signing up?
I mean, I can't just stay at a friend's house forever, can I? The place I'm moving to has a whole building to itself, so I'll be spending the rest of my life shopping and sipping margaritas next to a pool. My friend even said that she's moving in with me, so we'll be having the time of our life.
They own a whole building? And a country club is inside. How much is that going to cost you? You could save so much money living with us instead.
I'd rather use everything I have on myself than let you two parasites steal from me. I hope you and Molly live happily alongside each other. Don't mind me anymore. The poor old hag will be living in a beautiful nursing home with everything she needs to be happiest she could be.
Mrs. Anderson, what have you done?
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
I really don't.
The neighbors, they kept staring at us like we're criminals.
And when we approach them, they won't even look at us in the eye.
It's very difficult to live comfortably when you're surrounded by people who treat you like that.
And why do you suppose that I was the one who did something?
Because we haven't done anything to any of them. And this all started as you left our house.
Well, I'm so very sorry for the two of you. It might be because I stopped donating to the city.
What do you mean?
I'd actually been donating to the city for a long while now. You know, giving back to your community feels great. So I'd make large donations towards schools in this area. I also donated all of the money that was used for the furniture of the city hall that was built up a while ago. I'd make donations like the above every year.
You do all of that for people that you've never even met? But you still can't pay for our house. How is that fair?
Because a couple of adults should be able to account for their own expenses on their own. I lived in that city, and the responsibility was partially mine. So even though I'm not strong enough to participate in volunteer activities, I contribute by using my wealth for the good. But now that I've left that town, I've stopped making those donations. It's not my responsibility anymore.
What are we supposed to do now? Everyone knows that the two of us were the reason that you had to leave. So everyone in the city thinks of us as nuisances now?
I mean, there aren't many people who are capable of making donations that scale every year. So I guess there won't be anyone to replace me. But it's none of my business anymore, and I have to go easy on spending to keep living in this environment. So all I can say is good luck.
What do you mean, good luck? How are we going to keep living here if every single person hates us? Please, come back to town.
There's no way on earth that I will ever go back. I mean, Who in their right mind would leave a living dream to go back to live with a crappy married couple? If the donations are the problem, then why don't you two just make the donations instead of me? It feels amazing to be able to give back to your community and be appreciated by the people at the same time. I think I've always had a thing for taking care of others.
Then take care of us too. Please.
Why are you so cold to only us two? Because it's my policy. I only like to take care of people who I like.
Do you not like us?
No. I like everyone in that city because they supported me a lot when my husband first passed away, and I had to start raising Larry alone. That's when I decided that I wanted to start making the donations. I'm proud to say that I can probably make any type of sacrifice for the people who I love. But I can't do that if I hate you, right? I don't want to pay a single cent for the two of you.
You hate us that much? Your own son and his wife?
Yes. Even a grandchild wouldn't convince me to bring the two of you into my life ever again.
I can't believe you just said that.
Boo-hoo. I know it'll be tough, but I hope you two get up on your feet and try to make it work there. Now, I'll go have my afternoon tea on the terrace with my friends now. Goodbye. After that, I immediately met with my lawyer and wrote a will that stated every penny in my name will be donated to non-profit organizations from all around the world. As soon as I sent a letter letting them know, Larry and Molly stopped spamming me with their emails begging me to come back. It seems that they're finally going to start working hard and taking initiatives in their own lives. Larry started studying to earn a certificate that will lead to a promotion in his workplace, and Molly started a part-time job at a cafe as well. It seems that everyone in the city still says the horrible things behind their backs and when they pass by. But they're still trying to earn back their place in the community. Hopefully, everything works out for them, and they can be proud of achieving that.